counting down the days. The future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant. Is moving, and the power you misused will soon be your undoing. We'll give you what you need, though not quite what you were meaning. New machine. So lay waste to all we made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your counting down the days. The future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant. Follow their instructions. So lay waste everything is moving, and the power you misused will soon be your undoing. Counting down the days, the future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant. Follow their instructions. So they counting down the days. The future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant. Is moving, and the power you misused will soon be your undoing. We'll give you what you need, though not quite what you were meaning. What you have sown, we are the song of this new machine. So lay waste to all we've made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your empire of steel. To your empire. To your empire of steel. To your empire. So lay waste to all we've made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate our roles if we digitize our souls. A new force will intervene, half human, half machine, and no enterprise on earth will make us kneel to your empire of steel. To your empire of steel. To your empire of steel. I'm counting down the days. The future feels so distant. A lot of things have changed, and few have been resistant. Valuation reigns, and fear of self-destruction. Adapt to be replaced, and follow their instructions. So lay this new machine. So lay waste to all we made for your corporate palisade. You won't automate.
It's the last day of the week, well, the last stream of the week anyway. So hello everybody. Today we're going to be just diving into Bitcoin. So yesterday and the last few days I've been doing a lot of rants and monologues. We can do that again if I've got any particular questions, but I just fancy just spending the whole time in Bitcoin today. I think it's good because then it's like predicting, forecasting where we think Bitcoin's going to go for, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, until we jump on Monday. Oh yeah, I'm not going to be here on Monday, so I'm flying to back to the UK tomorrow to surprise my nan. It's her 92nd birthday, and then I'm flying back on the Monday evening, so I'm not going to be able to do the live stream on Monday, so I'll be live again on Tuesday. So yeah, we'll see what's going on with Bitcoin and see if we can guess what's going to happen on for Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, and then we can come back on Tuesday and see what it's like 5 days later. So that'd be interesting. Hello Master J, and I kind of doubt this will be a 2-hour stream, although I've said that before in the past. Turn you down. Oh, Martin's posted a new clip on the Decentralists Instagram. Okay, speak. Blah 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 blah. Oh, okay. Turn this down a bit, it's a bit loud, I think. It's better. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, all right. Anyway, how's everyone doing today? It's the Easter weekend here in Poland, and they take Easter quite seriously. There's like a proper celebration, whereas in the UK we don't really care. We don't really celebrate it. If you're a kid, you get chocolate, but if you're an adult, yeah, we don't really do anything. We don't celebrate. Hello, Nutbroker. All right. Have I posted in the network? I'll do it now. All right. Hosted in the network. Right. Let's dive into Bitcoin. So I haven't touched this since. Oh, great. Brilliant. Let's try and get this working again. Hello, Fatima. There it is. Okay, cool. All right, so I haven't touched this since I've looked at it, but I haven't touched it since yesterday because I thought it'd be cool to, you know, do it live, right? So yesterday, if we zoom in fact, we'll go into a lower time frame, 20 minutes. So do you remember yesterday we were looking at this move here, and I was saying that, reminding you that corrections tend to channel, and it poked its head out above this, and you can see it actually reached the almost exactly 1.618, the length of this, and it started to come back down, which means it could have been an impulse. It could have been a wave 1, 2, and you know a small wave 3, but still kind of, you know, okay, you know, reached the 1.618. And if we would have got a correction, and it would have, let's say, stopped at the middle of this base channel, then fine, another move up. There we go. Then we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But as it starts to break down, we can see here that's the that's obviously the peak of wave. Oh shit. That's the peak of wave 1, and unless if it breaks that, then we know it's not an impulse, and it comes right back down, and it stops before, and it's kind of, it's like it's going lower and lower and lower, and it's forming this like very straight. Is that my phone? Oh, it's my WhatsApp. All right, give me a second. Martin just messaged me saying the screen's off. Let's have a look. Oh god, it's broken. What's going on? Okay. Let's see if I can fix this again. What's going on? Yeah, and I'm seeing you guys in the chat late. Martin messaged me. It's like you're all my producers. Oh man. It's like you guys are quiet, and the second something goes wrong. Blank screen, blank screen. Oh come on, what? Why isn't this bloody? What's going on? Oh, okay. Alright, give me a second, hang on. Oh, that gives me an opportunity to use this thing. I never used this thing. Look. But I'll be right back. Give me a second. Alright. Okay. Now this should be totally fine. Okay. My laptop wasn't plugged in, so it must be something to do with delivering power to the Elgato or something. Yeah, because the Elgato is the video capture card. So the Elgato doesn't. It's not powered by anything else other than the laptop. So I guess when the laptop isn't plugged in, it can't quite power the Elgato. Oh, God, and now I just moved the laptop. Hello, Tim. Right. We'll get there. Come on, we can do this. I've got like 5 producers in the chat. We're a high budget show, you know, we've got 5 producers. Come on guys, I'm trusting you guys to fix this. Oh dear. Okay. I think I fixed it. Don't ask me how. Just trust that I fixed it, and that's all that matters. All right. So, where was I? Well, I'm going to quit all my WhatsApp and Telegram and all that kind of stuff. So, Martin, if you, I can see WhatsApp on my phone, Martin. So if you message me if there's any emergencies, but I've got 5 producers here. So, hello, Goric. I'm fine, mate. I'm good. I'm looking forward to seeing some family. I'm popping back to the UK tomorrow evening, and we'll see my auntie, my uncle, my mum, my dad. It's my grandma's 92nd birthday. I'll be seeing my 2 brothers the next day. All right, cool. Okay. So if you remember yesterday, we were looking at this as, could this be an impulse? And I was looking at this like, well, if this was an impulse, this would be like a lead and diagonal, but it looks quite kind of corrective. But let's just roll with it and see what happens. And we got a little poke out the top of this corrective channel. So it's like, okay, it could be a 1, 2, 3. And then this is like the stream ended, right? And then woke up to this morning of price breaking down lower. And if we were watching this live, this would be my thought process. It would be like, okay, well, this wave 4, because this wave 2 came down very deep, and so we would expect from an impulsive structure, we would expect the wave 2 to be kind of sideways and shallow. And we get this corrective move. Where are we? We get a corrective move, bum, 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 right? And it stops before we get to the wave 1. So it's like, okay, now this can't be a double combo, because then it would take us lower and it breaks the rules. So that means I need to see an impulse, a strong impulse from here. And that's not what we got. Shall I go down into the 1 minute and have a look? I think is that it? 1 minute? 5 minute?
I won't try to talk you into changing your mind. I only ask that you behave justly.
What is that? That's the 5th of April, 8:45. Oh, we're down here. Oh, here we go. Okay. What time did I say that was? 8:45, 5th of April. Okay, here, right. Okay, there. Okay. So, oh yeah, we can see here. I remember saying like, as a lead and diagonal, it's like, it's kind of forced. And then we got this corrective move, and I've expected an impulse, right? Now, we didn't break any rules. I can't really go deeper than the 1 minute to see whether this is impulsive, but I can't really see any structure here. But you could argue wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, but let's look at the volume. I'm just trying to think what I might have been thinking at the time. And we do get some divergence there. Okay, but it's not super convincing, but we did break some market structure. So if I was following this and going, okay, if that was our wave 3, wave 4, and this is wave 1, wave 2, and now we're expecting a wave 3 to pop us out the top of this, then this would be my thinking. I would have created a base channel. And I'd be watching this to see what it does. And so far, the angle of this look at the like wave 1, and then the angle of the wave 3 is just a lot weaker, right? And the volume is far, far less, so not impressive, and it just comes back down, and the second it kind of breaks down the bottom of this base channel, this pattern, I'm not feeling it as an impulse whatsoever. And in fact, I'm pretty sure if I whack a shift pitchfork on this, not really, the shift isn't giving us much. Modified, yeah, modified's better, which is just the channel anyway. But either way, I'm like, okay, well, this is a correction, and because that's a correction, where are we? So I suppose that would be sort of, yeah, here. So because that's a correction, that means that that means this is a W and that's an X, and then we've got a Y to come, and that would take us below this. And so there is, I'm more zoomed out. Sorry. So yeah, sorry, I'm getting confused. So in the 5 minutes, okay. So assuming that this is a WXY, or this is a correction here, and because this movement up here was also a correction, then I'm assuming this correction has to keep going lower, because if this was a correction here, we'd be expecting a fifth wave up, which would be impulsive. And so because this move was corrective, then I would, I would not be looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. I would immediately change it to a, yeah, I think an ABC. I like that being, that looks impulsive. That could still be the leading diagonal, but now it's an ABC. All right, so we've got the A, oh shit, the B, and the C. There we go. If we go deeper into this, where is it? Hello, Haldor. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? The volumes here, that could be a wave 4, that could be a wave 5 there. Yeah, that might be a failed fifth, so that the C wave might actually be ending there. But either way, and what degree is that? We've got the W, assuming this is correct, we've got the X, so that means this degree, is that? It is minuscule, okay, so minuscule. Well, for a start, this wouldn't be the X, this would change, but I'll get to that in a second. Hey Kaz, how you doing? Nice one. Some OGs showing up. Okay, I'm gonna go with minuscule for now, but it's probably even lower than that, but we'll change it as we go. All right, and then obviously when it broke down here, then it's like an absolute guaranteed that obviously this is not a impulse. And so with this being a correction, it means that this downward move isn't over. So going to the higher time frame we've got here, playing around this pitchfork. What's interesting is if I play around this today, but I didn't keep it on the chart because I wanted to sort of show you guys live. If we add the warning line to this, the geometry still holds, right? The geometry still holds. It's kind of interesting. We will play around with another pitchfork in a second, but it's just, interesting. And look at that. It came down to this, I'm assuming that's a warning line. Yeah, that's a sliding parallel. Okay, so this sliding parallel for, let's go to the higher time frame. Is that, oh shit. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this geometry came from. I extended the I clicked here and I extended it because I thought it was kind of interesting because this geometry was catching all the way down here, all the way down here. So I kind of just thought, oh, that's interesting. Let's just extend that geometry backwards. And so here, that's just a lower parallel. And then on another chart, I've got that as a sliding parallel. Where's that coming from? Oh, I guess I just sort of decided to add that sliding parallel in this time frame, whereas in the higher time frame, it's actually a lower parallel. There's some market geometry there. And so there's that energy point there that the price came to. So did I move this? Because that must have been there before, and then we got the move. Oh, this is the 1 hour. Oh, we're talking about different time frames here. So this is the sub-micro. Oh, that is the sub-micro. What am I doing? Hello, Esfar. Mars J says, for your information, chat is not visible on the trading view screen. Oh yeah, I think I got rid of it, didn't I? Temporarily. There we go. Yeah, I got rid of it temporarily yesterday for some reason. And I can't remember why. Let's make it a touch bigger. I think I was showing you guys something on my screen and it was just in the way. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Howdlaw says, yeah, it's been a while. I've been in the background sometimes. I pop in. Going good? And you? It's going good. And you? Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. Kaz is all set for the long weekend. Yeah, I'll be with family. And because I travel, right now I'm not traveling. I'm actually living in Warsaw, Poland. So I'm not traveling. But yeah, it's nice to see the fam. Okay, so the 20 minutes. Okay. So there's a few ideas I've got, and this is not a completed wave count. In fact, this is, I think, there's a lot of old stuff in that lower time frame. So that's the sub-micro. In the 1 hour, that can't be the right time frame. Surely not. Hang on. So we've got the minuet up there. And that's the sub-minuet. We've got three more remaining. And now we've got our W, X, and I'll get rid of that. I was just playing around with an idea. Okay, so there's another idea here. You can see I've got this kind of triangle, condensing triangle pattern, which is just it's a hypothesis, right? It's just a hypothesis that I have, and I'll get to it in a second. But for now, we're just sticking with what we already have. We have an A. No, that can't be right. No. We don't have an ABC. We have a W, X. Well, I mean, there's two hypotheses. One is a WXY. That's what we've been playing with so far. So a W and an X. I've already got it on the screen. What I'm talking about? Here we go. Yeah, it's right there in front of us. Did I just delete the A, B, C, D, E? I did, didn't I? Oh, that's why it was an A. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. That's why it said A, B, C. I was like, an A, B, C? What? It's not an A, B, C correction, but it was part of my A, B, C, D, E as a potential triangle idea, but I'll get to that in a second. So we've got a W, an X, and then the idea we're playing with is a WXY. So to complete this final Y down one. I don't know if it's going to be down here. I'm just showing you the label right here. And to the W, and that means we've got the X in play according to this. And then below that, we've got the this is the submicro, the W, and then the X. So I think before the X would have been here, and then we got the push down. I think that's right. And then there's the X there. And now, if this wave count is correct, we've now got WX. We've now got a Y that will take us up here, according to this. Now, I'm not. Let's just go with what we have so far, and then we can start to think what might be different. Second. Okay, sorry. And so anyway, so WX, Y, W haven't broken the market structure, X haven't broken this market structure, and we've started to see some breaks here. So according to this wave count, then we would see another move up in the Y. And if it follows, you know, this geometry, then it would take us really up to here, I suppose. Let's have a look. I know this is an absolute mess. This is too many lines here. There's way too many lines here. I'll be the first to admit that. Like, do we need all these? Oh, yeah, that was it. So I did this geometry here, and I thought it was interesting that it completely matched the geometry that was created from these pivot points here. So that's why I kept it. I thought, it's kind of interesting that we've got this, you know, geometry over here created from these pivot points, and it creates the exact same geometry, right? The same angles as created with other pivot points. And I thought, that's just interesting. And look, prices come up, and it found resistance exactly on this median line. So it's kind of interesting. But I know it's pretty heavy. Like, there's a lot on the screen. I get it. I might just chill things out a little bit. There we go. Just calm it down. Just calm it down a tad. Calm down. But I mean, if that comes up that high, it's kind of weird for it to be like, let's take this away. W, X, Y. Well, no, it could happen. That's fine. I mean, it's a little bit too early to tell, but there is a condensing, at least so far, there's a condensing kind of shape, but that doesn't mean that's definitely gonna remain that way. But we've got correction, according to this wave count, correction, and another correction up. So there is a possibility that we've got an A, B, C, D, and then, you know, a little move up, a little correction, and it will take us down further to give us, so, you know, like something like this. Where is it? Something like that. Or this could be part of, that could be in terms of like the triangle hypothesis. Then we've got the A, the B, the C, and that's the D. And then we've got one more move down in the E. I think I'm liking this more than the double combo, because this is, according to this wave count, a wave 4. Triangles do typically show up. You know, they're quite common in the wave 4 position. And so, you know, I'm liking the triangle hypotheses. But if we go down, let me just get rid of that. But if we go down to a lower time frame, we can get rid of some of these old pitchforks. We don't need that anymore. And that green, I mean, this is a shift. We can have a look to see if we've got any geometry kind of showing up, but I wouldn't have thought so. Yeah, not really. I'll keep pushing it, just to have a look. I mean, you know, it's still responding to that geometry a bit, but the problem is when you've got so much, when you've got similar, like, bullish geometry laying over each other, it's very, very difficult to keep your senses of like what's going on. So it's kind of, I think it just works to your detriment. I think if price is responding to like one geometry, like, I think just pick a geometry, pick something that you think is the strongest, and you can keep it in your chart. You can have it in a folder, and you can come back to it maybe. And but to have it all on the screen at the same time, it can be a bit confusing. Now, this white one I've left on just for a second, just to show that price came down to reach the lower parallel of this geometry. So there is definitely something of interest there. The green one was definitely, while this was happening, was great. Hit the lower parallel, rocketed through, and found resistance right on near the upper parallel, and then came back down, and then found resistance on the median line. So you know, this geometry here has definitely got significance. The white one, you know, the Hagopian rule would come into play here. Price didn't reach the median line, and so the height of that is what we would expect. You know, we'd expect it to come down here at some point, just in terms of like the probability. But I don't think we need that for now. And this, what's this? forgotten what that is now. Get rid of it. Also, we don't need that. I just reversed it. I just noticed that this first warning line also is caught right there. Just noticing it. Doesn't really mean too much, but price did seem to come back down, and you know, between these warning lines. So I'm definitely seeing some response to this geometry. I'd rather keep this than the white one, even though the white one was it did give us something. But now the X comes down here, I think. Have I got that mirrored over here, Binance? Yeah, I've got that mirrored over here anyway, I think. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, so this degree is wrong because that's minuscule, that's sub-micro, so we've actually run out of degrees to play with. So we've actually got a W, X, and the Y in the minuscule. And so if this is the W and this is the X, and now we've got the a push upwards to take us to the Y, then I'm gonna change the color of this just to kind of, it's a bit heavy, it's a bit strong. Let's just calm that down a bit. There we go. And now I think there's an opportunity for a fresh new pitchfork, and look, can we find a corner trade? We might be too late. Let's just pick white. Nearly. You see, we've broken 1, 2, and 3 market structure. Right. And as I keep talking about again and again, the breaks in market structure are signs that you may be looking at a change in trend, right? Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then boom, you get a bit of change in market structure. And it could mean that you've got a change in trend. And so that's what you'd look for when you've got, in this particular example, we've got price broke out above this lower high, came back down, and it gave us our first test of the lower parallel. And then we come up again, we break more market structure, and you could even put a buy order. I mean, I might even do it right now. Place a buy order. What bar are we on? This is the 20 minutes. Is that too far to have come? Because really, for a retest, ideally you want one a lot closer. Let's see. Let's create it on this. I think that, yeah, there's too many bars here, I think. Let's go with this one. Yeah, that's nice. So there's just a bit too much information here, in terms of looking for the trade setup. So let's look at see if we can see anything else. Any volume profile. Yeah, just looking for things, looking for some geometry. Okay, let's get rid of this. Is that helping us right now? No, get rid of that. Is that helping us right now? Oh, there's another little technique. When there's loads and loads of lines on your screen, you can just grab something you want to focus on and just move it around like this, and it kind of almost makes it look 3D. It kind of pops out of the screen, and you can just use it, just to focus on it and see if you can, if it's of use. No, I don't think that's really giving us much. No. Let's keep it nice and simple. Okay, let's try. I think that's not going to work in a regular pitchfork, but I wonder if that's going to work as a modified shift. Let's try that. Well, we were just looking at that a second ago, I think, weren't we? Maybe. Let's just try a regular shift. Yeah, not much help either. And this is another thing that makes me think more towards a triangle, because triangles seem to be less about continuation of geometry, and because it's condensing, right? So it's kind of like it's evolving, it's changing, and so I find that triangles respond less to both like Fibonacci retracements and stuff, and also to like, obviously if you've got like a B wave, a D wave, an E wave within that, if that's a double combo, then yeah, there's going to be that you can look for geometry within there. But in terms of the triangle, the entire triangle itself responding to a single cohesive geometry, I find that it doesn't really. It's almost like as it's progressing through the pattern, it's almost like it's changing, right? It's not following a single cohesive frequency. Almost like if you could hear the tone it was making, it'd be going like, ooh, right? It's not like, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that's how I kind of see the frequencies in geometry. If there's a consistency to it, there's a continuation of that frequency, but because it's like, ew, or ooh, I think the tone would go up, because it's like, imagine the vibration, or that's a technical term. So that was I'm going to go with a triangle just for now, and we can always come back to it. So if that's an A, and that's a B, and that's a C, I kind of feel like that wouldn't be the D. I mean, it's a sliding parallel, isn't it? I'm even going to get rid of this. I'm going to really just clean this up and go with the triangle. Now that could be the D, which would mean this would be like a little WXY. Pardon me, but I kind of feel like That's the D there. I kind of feel that. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my hose. Okay. Where the fuck is that coming from? Oh, okay, yeah, we'd have to get rid of that if we're going for the triangle. You guys seeing this, or am I just seeing things? I mean, like I said, another possibility is that that's, assuming it's the triangle, if that's the D here, then we've got the WX and then the Y down to the E. And I think price generally, it can really pop after a triangle like this. Kaz says, yes, I've actually got mine set up as a triangle. Nice. All right, cool. That could be the D. It could be the D. It could be the D. But I mean, compared to the length of the C, it's very, very tiny. So I'm going to lean on that being the D. So I'm going to stick with that for now. I mean, and that would take us right up here. Right up to the point of control. Same thing here, right? It would take us all the way there. You know, okay, this is kind of interesting. Because this is why this is interesting. Do you remember? It was either a few days ago or it was last week where I was saying if I was going to try and manufacture price structure in order to what did I call it? Like manufacturing liquidity or to engineer liquidity. Said that what I would do as an institution is find a key level, and the point of control back from May is an interesting one. I would have thought that 30,000 would be more an obvious one, but this point of control level is definitely something that a lot of people will be looking at. And I said I would create like a double top formation like this, some kind of like double top formation. And to catch the people going, right, here we go, double top, to go short, and they'd place their stops above here. Well, if we get this, that's going to give us exactly that, right? Just below this point of control, or just on the point of control. And from the higher time frame, it's pretty much dead on the point of control, right? And if that's our A, B, C, D, and then it starts going down again, and the shorts are like, sweet, they put the shorts in, they put the stops up here. The institutions, they know that maybe this is the structure they're manufacturing, and then if we're expecting the final fifth wave, that fifth wave would then pop us above this, take out all the shorts, and it would be like a fifth wave stop loss hunt. So I'm away from the microphone. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Anyway, that's assuming that this is what it is. So let's see. The question is, look at all this mess. Why is this so messy? What's going on here? Do we need all that? Well, it's interesting that this geometry is also, again, picking up this geometry perfectly. Look, it's completely the same. So because it's the same, I'm going to just get rid of it. It's interesting, but it shows that this potentially has some strength. And so, okay, let's play devil's advocate. Because now we're thinking it's going to go up, but there's a chance that it's not. What is that chance? That this is... That this, with the triangle, that this is A, B, C. I'm not seeing... The angle of this seems not to be coming down. Strong. Lower low, lower high, lower low, higher, lower. We haven't broken this market structure yet, so could it come down lower? Yes, it could. Yes, it could. But this is the nature of the game. It's about, do we think there's a reasonable probability that price will turn around and this is a good corner trade? Is it worth a stab? Well, let's look at this. Let's look at this wave here and investigate. I think we've still got some time. This is the 20-minute, and it's looking like it's coming down, right? If it comes back down to this retest, and there is this energy point here that it's coming right down into potentially, and it's like that's when you're dealing with these lower time frames. It's like there's not much time to. Okay, if that's the WX, Y. W, X, Y. 1, 2, 3, 4. Break the market structure. But this could just be a regular 1, 2, like an ABC correction, just bang bang correction, and now we've got another move down. The question is this corrective or impulsive? This move down here, is it? It's corrective, or is it? I think it looks corrective. The volume. Corrective. It feels more corrective. We've got a 3-to-1. But it's corrective. This move is corrective, and so if this was impulsive and we saw an impulsive structure, then it's like, okay. It's easier if we saw like an A, like a wave 1, or it could be an A of an ABC, but that's fine because then we'd have an A, a B, and we've got another little push up. But because we've just got a correction, it's like, yeah, this could be a W, an X, and then we've got a Y, and it's like a complex correction up. Fine, but it's like, well, this could just be a continuation of this correction because this is a correction. There's nothing immediately telling us that this is going to turn around here, you know? If this was impulsive, then it's not, then that is the start of something. It could be a wave A, B, C, fine, or it could be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, but because this is clearly, obviously a correction, right? Obviously a correction. That makes this quite a high risk trade. Obviously you're protecting yourself. But it's kind of a gamble because you're kind of guessing that this is a W, X, and then a Y, and it's part of an upwards moving correction. That's just we're expecting a Y, so we're expecting a correction, but the standard correction is an A, B, C, and then an A is impulsive. And so if we're expecting stroke hoping for, let's say, an ABC, we're still expecting, hoping for an A, B, and a C, something like that. And no, so we'd be expecting an impulse, and that's not an impulse, that's a correction. So that means that this has to be a WXY, and that means that this move here would be a WX and a Y. Could be the case. Could be the case. 100%. 100% could be the case. And obviously, it doesn't have to go here. It could be a very kind of a weak kind of correction, in this kind of direction, and that's totally fine. Could be the case. Could be the case. Could be the case. Could be the case. Divergence, look at that, divergence. 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 There's lots of divergence. Divergence there. And then it comes down in the last minute. Is this impulsive? Because if this is a correction, but again we're in a complex correction, so you can have corrections all over the place. We've broken the market structure here. Yeah, fuck it. No, well, fuck it isn't the right terminology, but no, it's the correct terminology. But sorry guys, I'm just in my spreadsheet. Oh, there we go, that makes more sense. All right. I think this is the first live trade I've done this time. I used to do it when I first started years ago when I was living in Ukraine. I'd be doing trading live on stream. But if I'm honest, there's a big part of me that just wanted to do it on stream. And so, because I said there's lots of misgivings. There's things in our favor. There's things like that's very uncertain. Things that aren't ideal. And this is the problem with like doing it live, because there's more things affecting you, because you want to put on a show. You want to have something to show and talk about. Now that I haven't put a lot of money in this at all, it's just but I think it's important to try my best to only do something that I would do if I wasn't on stage performing, if I wasn't like, it's hard. You got to try and like factor that in, and we are deep within a complex correction. So if this had an impulsive structure, I'd feel a lot better about it. But because this is corrective, it's this one's kind of a wild card. I mean, the risk reward ratio is fine, and if it comes up and it does like reach, let's say, that energy point right there. I mean, where's that coming from? This geometry. It's coming from back here. What's that? Just a sliding parallel. What do you guys think? Would you have taken this? Would you have taken this trade? I mean, we've got extreme divergence between the volume here and here, which would point to a trend change. We've got that in our favor. We've got some breaks of 1, 2, 3 market structure levels. It's just that this move upwards. It's just that this move upwards was corrective rather than impulsive. It could still mean that it's part of a more complex correction that's going to take us higher, but it's not a good. It's not giving us a good start. It's almost like, I'll show you what I'm thinking. It's like starting off that upper move with the correction. It's like you might get something now that's a modified. Let's move that over to a regular to a shift and give it a different color. That kind of corrective move is what might lead us, if we do get like the Y, it's going to be a weak Y that takes us over here or something. But yeah, we don't need that right now. It's just speculative. Let's see if we can see anything interesting down in these lower degrees. Nice. Goric says, I would definitely take the trade since you spent so much time coming with your hypothesis, and I can follow your reasoning. Yeah, but you understand my doubts as well. You understand my my misgivings. But like also, so far, this looks corrective as well, and so, right? So far. And if this is corrective, then we would expect it to turn back around. So if I was talking about probabilities of this, it's not like an 80-20, like, you know, it's kind of like a 65-35, 60-40 kind of situation. Maybe more towards the 60-40. It might be 50-50, man. Yeah, it could be like a 50-50-er. But we do have the divergence. We don't have divergence here, like big spike in volume. We don't have any divergence in volume here, where we have the divergence in volume here, and obviously in the larger scale there. So I'm going to say 55-45. We're not in a trade yet. When it dips to that point there, that's our entry there. So we could be right, and it doesn't hit the entry, doesn't hit the trade. Why is the entry in that particular place? Because, let me change the color of this to red. Because we've got this change in trend direction, right? And we've got these clear, I think, quite nice pivot points. We've got the P1, the P2, and the P3, and this is called in like market geometry, it's called a corner trade. It's like the corner of the pitchfork. And so we got a break in market structure with this move up, and then we got the first test of this lower parallel, right? You don't trade the first test. It's just a test. It's just like without any testing, you've just drawn a pitchfork on the chart. Well done, you know. But until it's tested, it doesn't mean anything. It tested it rocketed right back up, broke that market structure, this market structure, this market structure, and it's coming back down. And so the trade is on the second test. That's you know, you've had the first test, and so the trade. And I'm gonna, when I get into the next module where I talk about trade setups, that's the trade. It's the on the retest. Now, you might not get it, you might get it, and then price just collapses through the floor, which would you know, that's the risk we took with this being a correction and then potentially a continuation. That's why it's like a kind of a 50-50 kind of situation. But when we go deeper, this movement here so far looks corrective. So far, you know what I mean? Like, this is not looking like impulsive in the sense that we're getting a, you know, this kind of structure, right? With the, well, that's not a good example. But you get the idea, right? We're not getting this kind of like this like Kennedy channeling technique kind of situation. That doesn't mean that we're not going to get the move down, but in the same reason, this corrective move means that it's kind of, you know, it's unsure whether we're going to keep getting this move up. This corrective move is kind of similar. Yeah, that makes sense, right, Master J? Master J says, when it goes sideways a bit from here, you would have to move your entry higher. Correct. Well, I mean, it depends how much further it travels along. If it travels too far, then I would actually want to see. I'd actually, this wouldn't count anymore. I'd want to see another I'd want to see another test and then a retest. So it depends how far it travels. But I suppose the time frame, the kind of bars that we'd be looking at is kind of. I think this is, if it's too detailed. I suppose in terms of like the bars, like Timothy Moore would look at things with this kind of detail, and he would say that the retest should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Timothy Moore said it should be no more than 5 bars later, and this, if we get the retest now, it's going to be on the 6th bar, so it's kind of pushing it. And then anything after that, he would want to see a test and then another retest. But obviously, if you go into loads of detail here, there's obviously tons of bars. But he would look at it with this kind of resolution. So the corner trade is from Timothy Morge. Are we looking at the same? So this is on Binance, and the KuCoin pitchfork, it's kind of the same. Yeah, and then over here we've got. No, it's fine. Okay, yeah, it's okay. I was just looking at the same thing. Goric says, do you always take limit orders in this case? Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. Because a market order is you chasing the market. Like, that I mean, fair enough, like, you might see something right now, you see it, there's the moment, then yeah, throw in a market order. But I think it's much more better practice to plan your trade, and you know, okay, I think this is what I think's happening, and so you let it come to you, man. So it's good practice to do limit orders. Just let it come to you. Like, that's my plan. That's what I think's going to happen. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like, don't FOMO, don't chase, like, that's just the wrong mindset in my opinion. Like, this is the plan. Now, as Master J just kind of pointed out, if it keeps going sideways, then of course we would need to adjust. And so right now we've gone a few bars over, so that's a good point. Oop. So now I think in this bar here we would want to be, well, we could even go a little bit lower, because we could do a sliding parallel here. Fact, so far the current trade I've got on, I've got the sliding parallel there. So far I'm okay keeping it where it was for now, because we've got this sliding parallel. Master Day says, interesting, I've been entering using market orders only. Well, I would say why? But that's a good point, to not chase and let it come to you and your plan. Yeah, like, to me, that suggests that you're kind of being a bit impulsive. I mean, then again, look, you might have a different, if you're scalping or something. I'm just talking about this more my style. That's all I'm talking about. You know, there's no right or wrong. I mean, there's some strategies where, like, maybe it's too fast for limit orders, I guess, right? But that's not my style. Like, I was saying that at some point I'm going to do some day trading on stream, but I have no idea how that's going to go. It might be a complete disaster, but it'll be entertaining to watch. It'll be like, there'll be a lot of educational value to it. But I like a bit of time to digest and look at alternatives and second guess myself, and you just can't do that. You can obviously with scalping, it's a different thing, man. It's like it's quick, and it requires, I believe, a different kind of analysis. It probably is very, very heavily based on order flow. At least the day traders and the scalpers that I've seen, they rely on that really heavily. Master J says, I think I'm a bit impatient when I've decided to enter a trade. Yeah, but the problem with that, like, let's say, because right now we're thinking, okay, well, this trade is going to go long. The problem, though, is, look, that means you've got to gain up there, and that means your stop's down here, and you're messing up your risk to reward. And so it's not a huge difference, but, like, just look, this here, that's now 2.61 as opposed to Sorry, I moved the wrong one. This is 2.61 as opposed to the 307. So this one is not a viable trade unless it does go up a lot higher. Because it's not 3-1. So that slight difference means it's just it's not a viable trade now. So you've got to hold on to your reward to risk ratio. You've got to control your risk. And so if it goes up, this is my personal thing, if it's less than 3-1, it's not a trade. It's not a trade. And so I have to, in order for this to be a viable trade, I have to let it come down to where I'm at. It would be cool if this trade catches, though, because even if it stops out, then it's like, something's happening. We've got something going on. Little bit of water. Let's go down into a lower time frame. I mean, look, based on this price action so far, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a move up to there, and then we come down to this sliding parallel. Oops. Is everybody signed up to the new Decentralist newsletter? Right? The new Decentralist newsletter, go to newsletter.decentralists.network. Newsletter.decentralists.network. That's if you want to be in the cool crowd. Where all the cool people are. Right, well, while we're waiting for that to happen, do you guys have any thoughts or questions? It's the end of the week. It's the last time I'm going to be live until Tuesday. Gorick says, of course, now I understand. Limit order, not randomly chosen, but based on your structure. Oh no, of course not randomly chosen. Of course not. It's very precise. It's for a very, very specific reason. Like, why you've got to be really precise with your trading. Like why that level? Why that price? I don't think you should be doing what Master is talking about, where you think, oh, it's going to go up, and there's that. Because what is FOMO? Fear of missing out, and that fear of missing out causes you to make bad decisions of like, oh, I want to get in now, and then because when you keep doing that, you will notice, especially when you get better analysis and your analysis is right more often, you'll notice that you'll FOMO in, and then price will come right down to exactly where, you know, your analysis, where the trend line is, or whatever it is that you were looking at. And so you could have just got into that sweet position, because look, that's too high. That's too high. The stop loss is too far. Like, because I want to go right underneath this major swing low there. So we've got this move here. We could go down there and give us a much nicer reward to risk ratio, but just a little bit more. You've got this, you know, this key level here. I want to go under there. We can afford the stop. There's a, you know, oh, wrong button. I want to lock it. There we go. What's this purple line? Oh, yes, that one. So breakout above. So yeah, there's the. So I suppose it's a more prominent energy point. It's partly this upper parallel there, and then to break out below this, for us to get stopped out. Oh shit. Wait, did I move that by accident? I think I did. Yeah, I must have moved that. Right, give me a second. Yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. So yeah, any thoughts, questions, comments? Let's make this dotted so we can see through it. We stream to Rumble every time now, but there's never anyone in Rumble in the chat. Once we had 2 people in the chat at one point, but I think what I need to do at some point, when I've got the time is I need to, when we go live, I need to create like thumbnails that has like a headline and all that kind of stuff. It just takes the time. That's the thing. Just takes the time. Netbroker says, as retail traders, the logic is we set up trades, hopefully premeditate with a structure, so use limit orders. Market orders are for the whales that want to enter and disrupt the price. I mean, if they want to push the price, then yeah, like market's what they would do. Not always, not necessarily. They can have limit orders prepared and ready, but that's the thing. Like, market orders will it takes an existing order. Goric says, when exactly will you provide us with live day trading? I'm like a service provider. Yeah, I don't know yet, but I don't think I'd even call it provide you with day trading. Like, I've never been a day trader, so I was saying that if and when I do it, it's going to be to begin with, just for the content, to see how it goes. I won't be doing it with. In fact, when I first start doing it, I think we'll simulate it, see how it goes. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. It's got to have value. It can't just be for the lulz, Like, if it turns out I just suck at day trading, then it'd still be good to practice and to, like, for that reason, it'd be sort of valuable to watch me practice, make mistakes, learn from it and stuff. Fine. So there's the move up. Go down into a even lower time frame. Right, there it is. Yeah, it also looks corrective, so I think that's the end of the move there, just because oops, it looks like a correction, and then another correction. Let's look at the volume. We haven't got any divergence in that little bit of volume, so maybe we've got another push up. But we have volume in the RS, the MACD histogram, and a touch with the RSI. So yeah, I think that's it. There it goes. If it breaks out below here, then yeah, that's the end of that. See, this is where we would be if we're like doing the day trading. It'd be kind of down in the 1 minute, and that's not my. That's not where my experience is, but again, content-wise, could be good because it's all happening really quick, Whereas look, because now we're doing even this, like we're down in the fight. This is the 5 minute, and we're still sort of like hanging around, you know, waiting, which isn't as fun. Ay. It's come down with strength. As soon as it pops out the bottom, then I would, yeah. And then that would maybe mean that's the final push we're going to get down here. Yeah. It's 20 to 10, so we've got 20 minutes. Look, it bounced right off the bottom of this channel. So we've got 19, 20 minutes. So hopefully we'll get something. I mean, like, what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is about here. So, I mean, this is the go to the 20-minute bars. So we've got one more bar left in the 20-minute chart. Is it going to take us down here? I don't know. Maybe not, right? Because right down there, that's... is that UK time? That's UTC +1. That's 2 hours behind. That's 1 hour behind me. So, so that's like in an hour. So yeah, we're not gonna. Looks like we're not gonna catch it. But if it does catch, I'll post it in the network, and then I can, you know, we can follow it over the course of. Well, if it gets stopped out really quick, then won't be following it for too long. But I'll put it in the live trades section of the network. Oh, finally. Yeah. Master says, did you create the orders in the exchange? Yes, I did. Yeah, but it's only a tiny amount. Because, like, I'm getting ready when the time's right, and I said I want to get really organised, where I'm actually going to start with just nothing... something that everyone can relate to, just like $100, something just like whatever, just so it's like a balance. and then it will be part of the show where we're constantly updating you with like how that, it's like a fund, how that fund is going. And then I think it'd be like, my vision for it is then we've got like a number in like the top left, the top right, and hopefully that number's going up and we can track it over time. And yeah, it'd just be really cool. You know, part of what we're doing, we're looking at analysis, looking at Bitcoin, talking about this, talking about that, doing some interviews. And it's like, right, let's go check out the King Silver Academy. Sorry, the King Silver Capital, the fund. Here's how it's performing. But in order for that to really be worth it, it's like I need to have that factored into my daily routine where I'm actually going to the charts and actually looking for trade setups, etc., etc. Because if I'm just doing it nilly-willy, a little thing here, when I can find time, it's like, oh, we've made 0.5% profit this month, but I've only done a single trade. I've only looked at the chart for like 5 minutes in the last few weeks. So it's just, yeah. So I'm just sort of just starting to play around with getting ready for that. Oh man. And now right back to the top of the channel. But isn't it interesting that price responds to geometry at every single fractal level? The same thing, we see the Elliott wave patterns on every single fractal level. We see here price responding to this so far, this channel. You go deeper and you know the same thing happens. Responds to the bottom of this channel, responds to the bottom of the top of the channel. Now it might still blast through the top, but you can see, there we go. But it found some resistance right there, turned around here, found some resistance right at the top of that channel. If we were to just quickly mirror that geometry, we can create like a sliding parallel, because this would be like a modified shift if we're doing actually doing the we've kind of run out of I daren't go lower than 1 minute. There's scalpers out there. They're like, psh, I laugh at your 1 minute. I spend my time in the 1 second. Look at that, perfect. Look at that. It's the warning line. It's perfect. Look, it's perfect. It's beautiful. Do we have divergence? We do. So far, we haven't. This needs to complete, but so far, and this is down in the 1 minute, and so this is why I think this is what I'm thinking would be cool to do on stream, and where we just spend a lot of time down in the 1 minute like this, because there's a lot happening. It's like a lot of fast stuff happening, a lot of things I can talk about, rather than just waiting around, sort of playing around on my phone. But this might not be the end of the move. We'll see. And we haven't got any divergence with the RSI, but we do with the MACD histogram, and also with the delta volume. But I haven't really delved too much into that yet. That's part of the order flow stuff that I'm excited to go deep into. I mean, did you guys get the email I sent out? I haven't sent any emails out to the Decentralists newsletter yet. I'm just kind of sending out emails every day to the Wave Counters newsletter and the Grow Your Crypto newsletter that I started later, to invite them to the Decentralist newsletter. And that's I'm only going to be sending out like proper newsletters to the Decentralist newsletter. But one of the emails I sent out to the Wave Counters newsletter was talking about my goal. I've talked about this on the stream before. My goal for this year is I want to achieve 10% consistent profits monthly, like 10% monthly consistent profits. I've achieved that in the past, but not consistently. And it's partly because I never had that kind of ambition to keep striving for that kind of level. And that's an amazing level to reach. It is possible, but that's an amazing level to reach. 5% is still incredible in terms of like your yearly. I think we worked this out. Like 5% means you're doubling your account every year. Now, if you've got a small account like $100, then you think, oh, I'm going to have $200 next year. That's terrible. But this is what is it's really important to understand. It's about the percentages. And now with these prop firms, where they allow you to trade with their money and you get to keep between 70 and 90% of the profits, as long as you can pass the test that they have, then you can get funded all the way up to, there we go, so that was the end of the move. So you can get traded all the way up, you can get funded all the way up to different prop firms have different amounts, and not all prop firms offer crypto. And also, I don't like the tests that a lot of these prop firms have seems to be geared towards you failing the test. So there's one I found that I really like, but I haven't gone through the process. I haven't worked with them before, so I can't I don't want to sort of plug them yet. But the point is, if you can achieve, in fact, I might show you something today. If you can. Now, I think I'll show that another time. If you can achieve consistent profits such that you are confident that you can pass one of these prop firms' tests, and you have a little bit of capital to do their tests, and I think that it would be like $100 or something to do their lower to do their smaller ones, where you get like a few grand to play with. And then obviously the more money they're going to give you, the more expensive the tests are. But if you can prove to yourself that you can be consistently profitable, then you'll pass those tests, as long as you perform on the test as you are performing elsewhere. And then even if you're trading with $100, now I think you should pass these tests gradually so that you actually get to play with slowly incrementally larger amounts of money, because there is obviously the psychological factor. Even though you might be risking 1% on this trade, if you're trading $100 and you're risking $1, it's much easier to have that kind of carefree attitude, where if you're trading 1% of a $1 million account, this stop loss represents 10 grand. And if that just is out of nowhere, it might be too much of a transition for you. So I would recommend just starting slow. But the point is, even if you don't have very much of your own capital, once you have this skill down, you can get funded, right? And there's other means to get funded. You can actually just go the classic kind of, friends and family kind of getting funded route. Like, once you have proven to yourself and you can prove it to others, getting funded isn't a problem. And then it's just a case of the percentages. And so obviously, if you're earning if you get to 5% a month, it really is impressive. So 5% a month of a $1 million trading account, that's $50,000 a month of profit, right? And that's still incredible. Even if you make 2% profit per month on a $1 million account, that's 20 grand a month. So anyone, because I've seen hyperbolic Instagram claims from certain, they'll show you a screenshot of something that says 1,000% profit, and you've got to understand that it's very easy to get those cards. You can have some crazy leverage on a futures contract, 100x and stuff, and you fail, and you get one, and you can have a fine. But we're talking about something about consistency. Sorry, I just got a message. All right, through the median line back to this lower parallel, or the the channel that we played with. What are we looking at here? I mean, look, this whole thing is overlapping. This whole thing looks like a correction, and so I would expect. Let's go up a touch. We've got to the upper part of that time frame. Yeah, 5 minutes left, guys, so it looks like we're not going to have enough time. So we'll see what happens. But what do you guys think? I mean, are you all with me on this, where you think, yeah, like that, this looks strong? I would have made the same decision. Still see it as a kind of 50-50 thing, man. So I've already done this, haven't I? I do that. Yeah, it doesn't really give us much. Is there some geometry there? Possibly, possibly. Maybe. Goric said it was, again, a very rewarding experience. Thanks, Andy, for your elaborate analysis. You're welcome, mate. Esther says, have a great long weekend, everyone. Thanks for a great session, Andy. Good night. You're welcome, Esther. All good. Yeah, I think I actually... remember I started the stream, there's all these blue lines everywhere. I think this is what it was, because I saw this kind of like... this geometry, and look, if I copy this down here, you can see like here, some support right there. It's like there's this something, and if I copy that over to this side, see that? And so there's almost like there's like a, is this like a center line? Is this like a action reaction? I mean, let's try and see if I can. I think actually I did create this at the start of the stream. If you can look at the recording, and I'm not going to keep this up if this doesn't represent anything, but like a center line would take us here. I mean, kind of, right? You can see like price resistance, breaks through, support, and you can see, yeah, look at that, bang. That's pretty cool, huh? We kind of discovered that on stream. And so that's a great example of just of discovering some frequency. And so this would be kind of more like Babson's work of like center line and then action reaction, right? Action reaction. So I'm really liking that. I think this is better than the one I started with. And so that's another reason why that might be a really nice pivot point right there. It's like a bit of weight towards the bullish nature of this. Master J says, thanks for the session, Andy. Have a good night, everyone. Yeah, you're welcome, Master J. I'm liking that. I'm liking that that structure, that frequency there. So that's made me feel a bit better about this. That noticing that kind of frequency. That's cool. That's cool. We'll see where that goes. Wait, the 1 hour, 20 minute. Let's see if I can copy this. We've got the entry is 27916. And our stop loss is 27680. And the profit target is dynamic because it's an upward moving line. Let's just double check because price has moved along. Let's see if we don't want to raise our entry, because we're going for this. I mean, we were going for this lower parallel, but because we've got this sliding parallel, we don't need this energy point here. Oh, actually, to be exact, energy point was technically, oops, shit. It was technically back, it was right there, look. But that's fine. I mean, if we are going to try and catch the stop is 27680. So is that right? 27680. I've got it locked. Okay, so okay, it moves dynamically. So if we were expecting it to come down to this bar, hey, B shots, is that right? Marcus says, thanks, Andy. Have a nice time back in Blighty. Yeah, cheers, Marcus. I'm gonna hang around for a few more minutes. I'm just like just sort of looking at this, you know. Yeah, I kind of feel like we wanna raise this up because it is traveling this way a little bit. B Shot says, do you do this as your job? No, I'm not a full-time trader. Although I will be doing more of it, a lot more of it this year. Net broker. Good night, everyone. Andy, see you Tuesday. Big hug to your gran on her 92nd. Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it. So look, I mean, we this might not even happen, but I mean, I suppose I kind of rush it here, but I would just for you guys, I would be watching this, and because the entry we're looking for is an angled line, as time passes, then that entry is going to change, and we just adjust and you know, we want to place that entry at this. You know, you could go for the sliding parallel, but the thing is, sliding parallel hasn't. RB shots followed on Twitch. Nice. Okay. Thank you for joining the community. So this sliding parallel has been established here, but it hasn't been tested. This lower parallel was established here, and it's been tested once, and the entry is on the second test. And so really, an entry on the sliding parallel, we'd want to see this sliding parallel tested once. So, you know, I think the safest entry is going to be this, the lower parallel here. And so that's going to dynamically change, you know, depending on where it goes. But this structure, bum, 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 bum. I'm expecting another move down, so I kind of feel like it is going to go to this sliding parallel, just because of the structure and the direction it's taking it in, you know. So, so I've got here the entry price is 27916, and if we had it the same here. So again, as it travels across, you might want to raise it up a little bit, but we'll see. We'll see. So that wraps it up for today. I hope this has been helpful and useful. I've enjoyed it. It is quite, when you go down into the 1 minute, you know, it's there's a lot of action, especially when you're doing market geometry. Like Andrew's Elliott Wave principle. You've heard me say the lower down the time frame should go, you sort of run out of liquidity, and it's kind of not really helpful, I find. So the Elliott Wave stuff's more bigger picture. But when you get down, then you start to do the market geometry down there. It's quite fun because there's a lot happening. It's happening really fast. A lot of commentary. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. That's me for the entire week. As Marcus, I'm back to Blighty. Tony, hey Tony, happy Easter to you too. So back in Blighty over the weekend. So that's it for this week, and I'll be back not on Monday because I'm flying back on Monday evening. So I'll be back with you guys on Tuesday. But I'll be in the network, and I'll be we'll see how this goes, and you'll see me post about this in the live trade section of the network. So yeah, thanks for being here this week, guys. We've had some good times. Evie says, "Do you speak French?" No, I don't, unfortunately. Bonjour. Je ne parle pas français. Afraid not. I can speak a tiny bit of Spanish. Yo hablo. Mi español es muy mal. No, pero yo quiero aprender más. And I can speak even worse Russian, but given the current times, I'm not going to practice right now. So, cheers, guys. Appreciate you, and I'll be back on Tuesday. See you later.